So I've been hearing a lot of questions lately about push-ups in regards to proper form or modifications to make them easier or variations to make them more difficult. And so I thought I'd put together this little tutorial for you guys and walk you through different levels of push-ups from easy to more advanced so that you can find something that's at your level and see what you can have as a goal to progress to in your next step. Okay? So if you're a complete beginner, totally new to exercise, or maybe you have an injury that's keeping you from doing push-ups down on the floor, you could do standing push-ups. There's lots of different variations you can do for those. The first one would be here against the wall. You'll basically stand arm distance away, arms out in front of you at shoulder height, and you're going to lower your body down towards the wall, keep your elbows in and out, down and out. This is a very, very easy variation. You won't feel much of this in your chest, but if you're just getting started, it's a good place to begin. As you progress through standing push-ups, you can use different objects to do your push-ups on, and you'll become more and more in horizontal position. So you can do it on a table or on a desk, back of a bench, anything that you can find around your house. The lower you get, the harder it becomes. So here I'm just going to do it on the edge. Get your feet out. Hands in front, shoulder width or a little bit wider. Lower down and up. You don't want your elbows to go like this. Keep them tucked in close to your body. And those are standing push-ups. If you are able to do push-ups down on the ground, there are a few variations there as well, from easier to more difficult. The first variation will be in a tabletop position. It's called the box push-up. So you'll want to have your knees directly under your hips, bent at 90 degrees, hands right under your shoulders again. What you want to do is just lower down to the ground, keep your elbows in. You don't want them to flare out like this. So keep your elbows in, tucked close to your body. Lower down to the ground and up, down and up. That's a very easy variation. The next step would be to move your knees back slowly to eventually get into a plank position like this. And you don't want to drop your hips like this or butt up in the air like this. And important to keep your hands underneath your shoulders. I know we all used to do push-ups in gym class with our feet crossed up in the air like this, but to really engage your core, it's better to keep your feet down on the ground. So you're going to lower your chest down to the ground and then push back up, down, all the way down, and up. Your thighs will even touch the ground as you go down, down, and up. So those are the two different variations you can do on your knees. There's obviously different progressions through that, so from the box position to the full plank position and everything in between as you get there. So once you are comfortable with doing push-ups on your knees and you're ready to progress to the next level, you're going to want to start trying to do some push-ups up on your toes. So what you're going to want to do is get into a plank position, hands and toes. Make sure that your hands are directly underneath your shoulders. You don't want your hands to be out here. You don't want them to be back here. Right underneath your shoulders, about shoulder width apart, maybe a little bit wider. When you're first starting out, you might find it easier if you keep your feet wider apart, give you a bigger base. And what you're going to do is lower your chest down to the ground, keep your elbows tucked in close to your body, down, up, down, up. Once this gets easy, you can bring your feet back in closer together. Same thing, down, up, down, up. What's important here is that you're keeping your plank straight. You don't want to have your hips drop like this, and you also don't want to have your butt up in the air like this. It really needs to be one straight line all the way through your body. Hands under your shoulders, down and up. Once this gets too easy, you are going to want to have some more advanced variations. There's a lot of different ones that you can do. The first one is a one-legged push-up. So you start again in the same position as before, except this time, instead of having both feet on the ground, lift one leg up. And then you would switch legs. Another variation you could do is to have your feet elevated on something. Anything will do, a chair, a couch, really doesn't matter. Puts more of the weight down on your upper body. So I'll just do it here on the couch. So feet up on the elevated surface, hands directly underneath your shoulders again. Make sure you're not dropping down your hips or keeping your butt up in the air. Again, a real straight line. And lower down, up, down, up. You can do these on one leg also. And once those get too easy, if they ever get too easy, you can try doing push-ups on one arm, which I cannot do yet. Or you could even try and do them on an unstable surface like one of those big exercise balls, or they have those ones that are half, they're flat on the bottom and round on the top, and that really makes you engage your core, keep it tight, keep you off balance. It's much more difficult. Just one last thing I want to say about switching between doing push-ups on your knees to push-ups on your toes. I know a lot of people are very eager to get there, women especially. It's important though that you really go through the full range of motion when you're doing a push-up. And so if you're doing your push-ups on your toes like this, that's not a push-up. And you're not using your pecs, you're using more your arms to do that, and you're not getting the full benefit of a full push-up. It's better to do 20 on your knees than to do 20 like that on your toes. What I would say, if you're trying to make the switch, is to start by doing one full, all the way down, chest to the ground, push up on your toes, and then switch to the rest on your knees. If you're trying to do 20, do the first on your toes, 19 on your knees. As you keep doing that and keep going through the full range, eventually your first 2 will be on your toes, and then maybe 3, 4, until eventually you're doing all of them. So what you'll want to do is, if you do one all the way down, and drop your knees down, and continue for the rest. Okay? So that's everything I have for you today. Hopefully that helped with some interesting variations to get you to the level that you need to be. Bye!